So in the end, a DNA test determined that Marquise was not the dad. Here's the twist. At the time, a man named Jarrell, this man, believed that he was Deaja's father. And then he was shocked that Jessica appeared on our show with another man. Because of this, today, Jarrell now denies that he's the father of both of Jessica's children, 4-year-old Deaja and 1-year-old Jarvell. Watch.
Last time I was on the Maury show, I was sure Marquise was the father of my daughter, Deaja.
I got the
I was shocked when Maury read the results.
In the case of 2-year-old Deaja, Marquise, you are not.
I have to admit, I made a terrible mistake when I tested Marquise. I never ever should have brought Marquise onto the show because deep down, I knew Jarrell was the father of Deaja. Not only did that mistake cause problems between me and Jarrell, but now he's denying our kids, Deaja and Jarvell. He thinks because I brought Marquise on the last show that there's several other men that could be the father of my kids, and that's not true. What makes this even worse right now is I'm suffering from 2 different types of cancer. The stress of this situation is costing me my life. My kids mean everything to me. Like, they're the only people that's always been there. The only ones that I can honestly say has always loved me. I need to do this so we can move forward once and for all.
So, please welcome everybody Jessica, who's joining us today from Gary, Indiana. Okay, Jessica, you admit the mistake that you made on the last show. Tell me about that.
Well, Maury, last time I was on your show, I brought on Marquise, and it was a terrible mistake. I should have never brought him because deep down inside, I knew that Jarrell was her father. But Marquise was around at the time, and there was just so much going on between me and Jarrell that I felt a little bit of peace by bringing him in. But when you read the results, said that he was not the father, it hurt. It was a horrible pain that went through me. But at the end of the day, it gave me peace knowing that I would finally know who my daughter's father was.
Yeah, but everybody should know that you did not tell Jarrell that you were bringing Marquise on the show.
I did not tell him because honestly, it was like with everything that was going on between me and Jarrell, it was just a lot to take in at the time. And I just felt like with the slight chance that it was Marquise, that I would go ahead and see and at least test it. And as I see now, that it was a horrible mistake. And I wish that I never did it and that I brought Jarrell instead. At least then I wouldn't be having to deal with this right now.
You believe that Jarrell's the father, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And secondly, when you got back home after you tested Marquise, did you tell Jarrell?
Yes, I told him, and he seemed like he was excited. He said that he pretty much thought that she was his all along until I took Marquise onto the show. I understand that it hurt him, but at the end of the day, I was hurt too. Obviously, when you told him you brought Marquise, he was upset. I mean, anybody would be, right? I understand that he was upset, and you know, I don't fault him for that, and I understand that, and I understand that I put doubt in him when it comes to him being Deaja's father. But at the end of the day, he is her father, and he's going to find that out today.
Hopefully.
That's right. And Jarrell, we're going to talk to you in a bit. But even though he has these doubts, he's been a great father to this little girl, hasn't he?
Yes, he's an amazing father. I would never take that from him. But what I want from him, I want him to stop with the little dumb jokes and all of that. Like, she hears that. They hear that. You know, they hear that. And I want this to be settled now because I don't want them growing up thinking that he didn't want them for any reason.
Here's the thing. When you came on the show in 2018, you were 6 months pregnant. And you were 6 months pregnant with Jarvell, who you say you're positive that Jarrell is the father.
Yes, I know Jarrell is his father. He has his suspicions or his reasons, but those reasons aren't valid. Like, I understand that me bringing Marquise onto the show caused doubt.
But you lied a long time. Like, I was there when you was going to the hospitals. I was there when she was born. You know, you could have been telling me it was a possibility that I wasn't her father.
Here's the thing.
That's a spit in the face to me.
And also, what happened was, he also believes, he found out later on, that he believes around the time you conceived Jarvell.
Yeah, you was talking to somebody.
You were sleeping with somebody else. Were you, Jessica?
No, that's not true. The person that he's speaking on, that didn't come until after my son was born. He just needs an excuse to take place of what he knows that he did, and I hate the fact that my son has to be a result of that.
Actually, it wasn't just that person. It was two people. So
to complicate things even more in a life and death situation, Jessica, you are suffering from 2 forms of cancer. And what have the doctors told you?
Well, on my last visit, I was told that I might not make it to Christmas, and that really hurts because I feel like with everything that's going on, like Jarrell knows that I'm supposed to have surgery. He knows these things, and instead of him trying to work with me so I can be able to do it, so I can do what I need to do for my kids, it's like he makes it harder for me.
It's about the kids, bro. So let it be about the kids. Like, truthfully, you feel me? I just really want to know that.
Right. It is about the kids, but at the same time,
it ain't like I'm not around
you have to understand that.
It ain't like I don't love them.
I never said that you did it. But what I am saying is that if I don't take care of my health situation, I'm not going to be around to help them with anything. I'm not going to be around to see them grow up.
Well,
and that is a problem for me.
Let's hope for the best. In fact, you've even got a Christmas tree now because you want to feel that you're going to be around for Christmas.
I started early because I want them to have a great Christmas. Up until a few months ago, me and Jarrell, even though we weren't together, we were still co-living and all of that. And it's just like, I don't want them to feel like they're going to miss anything and all of that. So I started early. I'm just trying to give them the best that I can do for them.
Now, strangely enough, there's one person who has been through this with you and has been your great helper, and it is Jarrell's cousin.
His cousin, like
Janae.
She's been there. Yes, Janae. She's been there. You know, I met her a few years ago, but since we met, like we've grown and we've created a bond. And she's the one that took me and Jarrell to the hospital when my son was getting ready to be born. You know, she's someone that I can talk to. She's someone that I can confide in. And she sees the situation firsthand.
I don't feel like I'm wrong, though. Because if somebody lied to you the whole time when you thought that baby was yours, you would feel some type of way about the other baby.
I can understand your doubt. By the way, Jessica, you think Jarrell looks like both these kids?
Honestly,
I say I look like one.
My daughter, Deasia, she looks just like him. However, my son, Jarvell, I feel like he looks like me. When he was first born, yes, I did think that he looked like him. When I speak to Jarrell's mom, and she said when he was born, he looked like an old man, and my son looked like an old man when he was born. And I feel like they have a lot of similarities. Their forehead.
I don't see it.
He has the same forehead as...
He got your eyes and your face.
Exactly. He has my eyes and my face. But look at his forehead. Look at his nose. And if you're comparing him to yourself, look at him and look at Deasia. Deasia looks just like you, and my son looks just like Deasia. And he also looks just like me.